Howdy, welcome to my channel. Today I am participating in the hashtag Team Tiny Under the Sea Hop. We are so thankful for our sponsor 7Kids Crafts. They're a wonderful online craft store which carries some great brands like Penny Black, My Favorite Things, Visible Image, and Whimsy Stamps, just to name a few. They also carry their own stamps, which are available in digital and clear stamps. The store offers free shipping for orders over $60, and they have a rewards program. So basically, 7Kids Crafts is a great place to shop. Kelly, the owner, has generously offered a 20% discount code to all those watching the hop. This code is good from now until July 19th. To use the offer, you have to remember that the code is case sensitive, and it is vacation with a capital V. This is a hashtag driven hop, and in order to find the rest of the amazing channels that are participating in today's hop, when you go to the search bar, enter hashtag Team Tiny Under the Sea. It's all one word with a hashtag in front. Today, I will be creating a card with this digital stamp from 7Kids Crafts. It's one of their exclusive digital stamp sets, and it's called Pearl and Fin. This is Pearl. We're going to create a background around her, but first, we're actually going to mask her off so that we can create the background. For that, we're going to use our Fiskars scissors. These are great for fussy cutting with, and we're just going to speed up the video so that you don't have to wait around too long while I do all this fussy cutting. Now that we have our mask fussy cutted out, we just need to take a little bit of the stick off of it. I like to rub it on my clothes to help. And if you find you can't get into the mask very easily, what you can do is use your tool-in-one to help you out with that. And our mask ripped just a little bit, but that's okay because we can still use it. So what we're going to do is have our little mermaid look like she is sitting on a sandbar. So to do that, we're going to take a homemade stencil and our Distress Oxide ink, and we're going to use our water bottle to spray that down. But I also like to use my Make Art Station when I work with a stencil. So we're gonna try and curve this a bit. We're gonna lay our stencil here, and then we're going to use some Post-it. We're also going to use a makeup brush to help apply the Vintage Photo Distress Oxide. Now we're just going to grab a baby wipe to help clean this surface and our stencil a bit, because we're still going to be using our stencil for the rest of this, but we're not going to necessarily need it to be in Vintage Photo. And now we're going to put our magnets back here, and then we're going to do a bit more stenciling. And now we're going to spritz. To activate our Distress Oxide. If you get a bit of ink in a spot you don't want it in, you just take your sand eraser and erase it. Now we're going to bring our stencil back in, and this time we're going to create some waves in the ocean. So we're going to use another makeup brush to apply that. And we're going to use Mermaid ink to start out. Now you will notice that my mini ink pads have a bit of a hinge. That's because I put a bit of tape behind them. I will have what kind of tape it is listed in the description box below. And we just move our stencil around. And we're just going to continue to move our stencil down. And I'm going to put a little bit of salty ocean at the bottom of this. Now we're just going to spritz it to activate the distress ink. You don't want to oversaturate it, just spritz it a little. So now we remove our mask, and we're going to use our tool-in-one to do that again. We're trying to be very careful by removing our mask because we don't want to chance ripping our image. Although I did print a couple more of this image, just in case. As you can see, our mask kept our little mermaid very nice and crisp and white for coloring her. The other thing we can use to get rid of this mask that's staying on is to use our glue eraser. So we did get a bit of ink on her, so we're going to take our Derwent eraser and erase that. We're going to color her in with colored pencil, and then we're going to blend her using baby oil. I like to use a bit of printer paper underneath while I color. Now you'll want to be sure that your pencil is as sharp as it can be when you do the coloring. So if it's not, you're going to need to grab a pencil sharpener and sharpen it. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to start with the lightest color first. That was light aqua that we just used, and now we're going to go in with aquamarine. And if we need to, we're going to go in with parrot green, but I'm not sure yet if we're going to do that. We're for sure going to use, we for sure used the light aqua, and we're going to use the aquamarine. I'm going to go a little further up with the aquamarine. And for the parrot green, we're just using it to color in some of these fish scales a bit, at least in the area that the aquamarine was used. Now, I picked for her to have green for her leaves. So now we can go in with the green. We're going to start that off with lime peel. Now we're going to go in with a bit of artichoke. Now, I don't know if that we're going to go in with the kelp green, but that's why I grabbed 3 colors just in case we needed it. Let's grab the kelp green just to make sure we get these lines noticed a little more in our little leaves. There you go. Actually, we're going to color her in. So we're going to go with beige and peach, bring in a bit of nectar, and that will be her coloring. So now we can start coloring her in. Now we're going to go in a bit with the peach. Now we're going to take nectar, and that's just going to be the darkest part of her shadow. So that's going to just go right under the hair. We're going to go in and try and draw some seaweed. It's going to kind of look like this. And this is just because I feel like it's missing something, and I don't have anything that resembles kelp as far as a stamp, but I can try and draw. I know you're wondering, how are we going to color that? Well, I am too, because I didn't think about doing this. So we're going to take our distress crayon and color that in. I know, it's not looking great yet. We're going to grab a water brush and use that to help smooth that coloring out. I think it helps our scene look much better because it was a little sparse. Now bear in mind, I'm not using watercolor paper here. I am using cardstock. The thing is, I don't know how well you can print out a digital image on watercolor paper. That is one medium I have yet to try. So now we're going to color in these grapes. That's what I'm going to call them. I'm not sure if that's what they're supposed to be or not. Now we're going to do the flower. I think I wanted to do the flower in a yellow. So we're going to go with a lemon yellow for the flower. Now we're going to go in with canary yellow. We're going to kind of use that in the center. We are going to do her lips and her hair. And yes, I made her a little red-headed mermaid. I think I picked magenta for her lips. So now we're going to go in with poppy red to start off her hair color. Then we're going to go in with the raspberry. Then we're going to go back in with the poppy red for the top of her hair. And I think that is it for the coloring of this pretty mermaid. And now we're going to blend her out. For that, I use baby oil and some Fantastics. So much of her is delicate. We're going to go for a pointed, and it also comes in a curved end, but we're not using that for this image today. So I just dip the pencil into there, then I take it and just brush it over the color that I'm trying to blend out. So when I'm done with the blending, I wipe it off of my stick. This is why we grabbed a couple extra sticks, just in case it takes a little bit of time to clean our little end off of our stick. We're going to use green for that on that same stick. So that's our green. Now I'm going to take another stick and use that for our skin tone. So I'm trying to avoid the cheeks and the lips right now, but now I'm going to go into them. Now I think we're going to go into our hair. Now all we have left is to blend the color for the flower and also to do a bit of cleanup because of the hair. So for the cleanup on the hair, we're going in with the sand eraser. And it seemed to have gone a little into the water, so we're going to have to fix that. So we're going to grab these sequins and stick them in here. That should help us out a bit. Here, we're going to grab some of this fine tip glue pen from Stampin' Up to help us place our little sequins. So now, I think we should glue this onto our card base first before we decide on the sentiment. And when it comes to placing your card front onto your card base, I have a bit of a trick for that. Also, because our paper is still a bit warped, we're going to use some tear tape. So I know you're wondering, what's my Misty doing out here? Especially since this was a digital stamp. Well, we are going to use the corner of our Misty to help us put the card front onto our card. There you go. So we're gonna put Bubbles of Fun. Now the Bubbles of Fun sentiment comes from the 7 Kids Craft Stax digital exclusive, which is Bubble Babies. I think that's all right. So I think we're just going to stick that in right there. And for that, we'll just use a bit of tape runner. There you go. There's our really pretty little mermaid. So I'd like to thank you for spending the time with me, and remember, if you'd like to see the rest, if you would like to see what the rest of the crew made that worked with these images from 7 Kids Crafts, use the hashtag #TeamTinyUnderTheSea. And if you'd like to get that 20% off discount that's good from now until July 19th, you need to use capital V for vacation and just write the word vacation. So I hope you guys stay safe, stay healthy, stay crafty. Have a great day. If you'd like what you saw, please click the like button. If you'd like to see more from my channel, please click the subscribe button. And I always love comments. Have a great day. Bye.